Oh boy, do we have some exciting news to talk about today. The Chase Inc. Business Preferred Credit Card has a welcome offer to earn 100,000 points. And why is this so exciting? Two reasons. Number one, the spend requirement was virtually cut in half from $15,000 in 3 months down to just $8,000 in 3 months. And number two, you don't have to have a business to get this card. What I mean here is you do not have to have a formalized partnership or LLC or corporation or any sort of formalized structured entity filed with your state. In fact, you don't even have to have a DBA registered. Here's the reality. You can actually apply for this card and many other business credit cards as a sole proprietorship. In other words, as an individual. In fact, I myself have gotten a number of business credit cards over the years, even before I had this YouTube channel. That's because as long as you have income earned outside of a standard job, you may be able to qualify for a business credit card. So, do you sell things on Amazon or eBay? Do you freelance? Do you have a side gig? Do you sell things online? Do you offer services to somebody? So on and so forth. Be creative and find a way to make extra income outside of your regular 9-to-5 job if you don't already have one, or if you do, even if revenue is small, that is okay. Sign up to do ride shares or food delivery even for a limited amount of time and get yourself a business credit card. Do I have this card myself? You bet I do. It's right here. I've had it for a number of years now. And in fact, I also have the Chase Business Trifecta, which really is not talked about that much in addition to the personal trifecta. That's 6 Chase credit cards, all earning ultimate rewards points that can all be combined together. More on that a little bit later in this video. First though, let's talk a little bit more about this offer and the type of value that it can bring to you. Also, why this may be one of the best business credit cards on the market today. So once again, here's that offer of 100,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points after spending $8,000 on purchases in those first 3 months from opening your account. So rather than the old average of $5 grand a month, this averages out to just $2,667 per month. Or perhaps you can knock out the spend requirement even faster if you plan your application around a big purchase that you have to do anyway. Now, the value of these points will be $1,000 of cash back, or if you redeem for travel via the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, it will be worth at least $1,250, potentially more. And given that this card has a $95 annual fee, the value of the bonus, redeemed for cash back, covers that fee for 10 years. Although that's probably not the most exciting use of your bonus. I will show you a much better redemption a little bit later. And another cool thing, you might be aware that some of the personal Chase cards like the Sapphire Preferred or the Sapphire Reserve also have a 48-month rule or 4-year rule where you've got to wait 4 years from the last time you received your last bonus. However, for the Inc. cards, that 48-month rule does not apply. At least it doesn't right now. Here are the terms for the offer itself. You can read them, pause the screen if you like, and nowhere does it mention any sort of 48-month probationary period from the last time you got an Inc. branded bonus. You should still be below 524 though. If you're new to what that means, check out this video dedicated to that topic that goes into a lot more depth. Now for earning points over the long term. This card allows you to earn 5 points per dollar on Lyft through March 2025, triple on travel, triple on advertising on both social media sites and search engines, triple on internet, cable, and phone purchases, triple on shipping, and 1 point per dollar on every other purchase. Do be aware of the limit here on the 3 point per dollar categories, where you can earn triple points per $1 spent on the first $150,000 in combined purchases each account anniversary year. Beyond that, it's 1 point per dollar until it resets the following account anniversary year. Now, in today's world of seeing so many narrow categories like triple points on flights or 5x on hotels, Chase defines travel very, very broadly here, especially with this card. So with this card, you'll be able to use all of the following here on the screen as part of a triple point earning category towards travel. So whether it's an airline, hotel, motel, timeshare, all the way down through parking garages, tolls, bridges, etc. You'll be earning triple points on all these things. Also, feel free to pause this if you want to read them a bit in a bit more detail, including the exclusions there down at the bottom. All right, so earning points is great, but what are they actually worth? On the whole, I'd say Chase probably has the best overall value program in terms of being easy to use and giving you some great value without having to put much effort into your redemptions. First of all, you can redeem for travel via transfer partners. The average value here will be around 1.7 cents per point. So 100,000 points will be worth $1,700, potentially more, potentially less, based on the itinerary that you build. To get a guaranteed flat rate value, however, you can redeem directly through the Ultimate Rewards portal, where you get 1.25 cents per point for flights, hotels, car rentals, cruises, vacations, and experiences. Here, 100,000 points is worth $1,250. Chase also offers a really unique option called Pay Yourself Back, also available through the same portal, just a different option. You get the same 1.25 cent per point value. The categories here do vary, and for those of you preferring straight cash back, either as a statement credit or a deposit to one of your accounts, you can get 1 cent per point. While not the highest value, it's still a good value. So 100,000 points here will be worth $1,000. If you happen to be on team travel and enjoy finding the best ways to maximize your points, transfer partners tends to be the best value here. The airlines that are partnered with Chase are on the left, the hotels are on the right. All of these currently transfer at a 1-to-1 ratio, so 10,000 Chase points will become 10,000 air miles in the partner program, or 10,000 hotel points in the partner program. The transfer ratio itself does not necessarily have that much to do with the end value that you get. Rather, it's about how you actually redeem the points in the other program. So to understand transfer partners better, check out my other video here dedicated to just that topic for a much more in-depth dive. However, I will give you one small taste of what this can be like in this video. Check this out. Here's a one-way flight on Delta Airlines from New York's JFK Airport over to Frankfurt. This is flight DL106, departing at 6:35 at night and arriving at 8:40 in the morning the next day. To fly basic economy, it is 64,000 Delta Sky Miles, or for main cabin, 72,000 miles and $6 in fees and taxes. But that same exact flight, still on Delta, but using Virgin Atlantic miles, only is 30,000 miles one way. Check it out. Still DL106 for the flight number, 6:35 to 8:40 for the takeoff and landing times, JFK to Frankfurt, but main cabin here, 30,000 miles and still the same amount of fees and taxes at roughly $6. Or if you don't mind spending a few $100 out of pocket, you could actually take this flight on their partner KLM for only 16,000 miles and $145.60 out of pocket. 60 to 70,000 miles or 30,000 miles or even less. We're talking about less than half the miles, just understanding how to use these transfer partners. Again, this video is a huge gem for all you to understand how that all works, but the main part of this whole game is to first of all figure out where you want to go, then which airlines fly there, which partners that airline has, and then just seeing which combination results in you getting to where you want to be for the fewest number of miles used. Because the fewer miles that you use per trip, the more you have over for additional trips. All right, on to the main benefits. And I'll admit there's really not much going on here because it's not very exciting, and that's okay. This card is more about the rewards and the lower annual fee compared to other types of travel cards out there. So you are able to add employee cards at no additional cost. Also, that comes with some business expense reporting tools, and there are no foreign transaction fees, which combined with the fact that this is a Visa card has massive worldwide acceptance while avoiding those fees outside of the US, so that's very beneficial. Helping to make up for the small benefit list, however, are some great insurance and protections. These are the travel ones here on the screen, all the way from trip cancellation and interruption insurance, including primary rental car coverage, by the way, down through roadside dispatch. Feel free to pause this a bit longer if you want to read over some of these details. Of course, there are much more details in the fine print. So consult with Chase with their benefits guide if you want to see all this small stuff there too. These protections also continue on the retail side with cell phone protection, purchase protection, and extended warranty. So is this card worth getting? Well, for some, yes. For others, maybe not so much. So let's go through a few scenarios. This card can definitely be worth it if you want a super strong welcome offer, if you spend in the 3 point per dollar categories, if you value points that are good for cash back and great for travel, want excellent insurance protections, and have other Chase cards that earn Ultimate Rewards points. Why settle for a trifecta when you can have a quadfecta or a quinfecta or 6 or more cards all earning Ultimate Rewards points, all poolable, meaning you can combine the points from your Chase Freedoms, your Chase Sapphires, and your Chase Inks all together in 1 point balance, and then move them over to the corresponding card that gets you the most value. For example, the Sapphire Preferred and the Ink Preferred, the topic of this video, give you that 25% boost and also give you access to transfer partners. Or if you have the Premium Consumer Sapphire Reserve, that one gives you a 50% boost on travel for the portal and also access to the same transfer partners. And this fact is perhaps the #1 reason why so many people do like getting Chase cards, because the common currency across so many different cards, each of which has unique multipliers. So for example, you might use this card for dining, that one for office supply stores, another one for travel, etc. In other words, use whichever card has the biggest multiplier for that type of purchase. Earn your rewards, then pool them together, and then get the biggest redemption option that you can at the other end of the equation. And of course, not to mention all of the welcome offers you can get for each of these cards to really accelerate your earnings and get into the hundreds of thousands of points real fast. Having mentioned that, you still may want to avoid this card if you don't value the 3X categories, if you don't like cards with annual fees, and if you're over 524. I'm currently over 524 right now, so I will not be going for my second Chase Ink Business Preferred card right now, but if I were under 524, you bet I'd be going after this offer. Always put financial responsibility first though. Don't spend more than you normally would otherwise. And with all that said, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit other people, then please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on those notifications. Also, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, and to view my site to learn more about this card and a variety of other business and personal credit cards as well. I've organized a lot of these by category to help you find the ones that you like best. I thank you all for watching today's video. Hope it brought you some great value. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Of course, if you decide to apply for this card and get approved, let me know down below in the comments to make me jealous, because again, such a great offer. I'll see you in the next video. While you're waiting for it to be uploaded, always remember that you are great.